Welcome to my tarot card reading for March 2018, and this is Manu Tarot. Remember, this is a general reading for political, social, financial tendencies around the world. Let's start immediately with the Moon, Oja, and Oshun. Okay, those are the three cards that we have here. They're talking about a slow healing process, if we can call it like that. There's going to be a lot of obstacles. It's going to take a while in order to see anything, if anything happens. It's going to be a very slow process. It's not going to be as fast as possible. Economic, financial recovery is going to also be slow. Okay? So these are very slow processes that are taking place. We have the King of Cups, Jupiter, Moon, Cancer, Five of Swords, Uranus, Aquarius. Therefore, anything that is related with the house number 4, in this case we're talking about traditions, culture, there's going to be changes on that, which means is that the countries are going to experience a change in ideology, if we can call it like that. Okay, a change in ideology, meaning that a country or a region that was right turns left, and one that was left turns right. Okay, that's going to be a tendency in the political arena. I'm sorry. Expect changes, political changes, laws that are going to change traditions, culture, you want to call it like that. In other words, the idiosyncrasy of a country is going to change. Okay, that could mean that a coup d'etat happens, a civil war happens, or it's simply the laws that are enacted are pushing to a complete transformation of a country. Okay, expect that. Because we have Uranus here, don't be surprised if during the month of March there is a fight, argument, but in this case it's like a boxing arena, like a wrestling arena, where people from Parliament, the Congress, Senate, or whatever it is that you call it, they get involved in a heated argument, and there might be some fist involved, punching, all that kind of stuff. Don't be surprised. Okay, here we have the rest of the reading. We have the first week of the month. For me, I count the weeks by 8 days. The 8th day represents the process of transition. Okay, so we have the first week. The first week of March is all about rest, vacation. This vacation could be interpreted in many ways. It could mean that the government take a vacation, like it happened in United States, a government shutdown. It could mean that, but also it could mean that students go out and march and protest. This first week, students are the ones that are going out to protest, to march, to riot, if you want to call it like that as well. We are going to be something along that line. Financially it means that the market is going to be on the down. Okay, it's going to be on the down. Then we have here the second week. Remember, 8 to 16 of March. So the number 8 is just because the day number 8, the 8th day, is because it's going to have a mixture of these two. That's the transition, you know. Anyway, we have here the 9 of Cups. So here is laws that are very lax. We could be talking about a lot of spending that is going to start happening around this month. Government spending skyrockets, it goes up to the roof. A lot of spending. Okay, we are going to see that because we have Jupiter there, I always forget to talk about immigration. And immigration, expect another wave of immigration happening around this time. Okay. What else we have here? Financially, economically, I don't know if I mentioned it, the market is going to be on the down. It's going to be a very volatile week. The first 2 weeks are going to be volatile, so keep that in mind. Thing that I mentioned: government, civilians. So let's go to the third week of the month. The third week of the month is the justice. There's going to be changes in law. Changes in law. So expect changes in law. I'm going to repeat it again. So these laws, I have to go back, are very lax. So in other words, expect laws that are going to favor companies, technically speaking. There are laws that are going to favor someone else, and it's not going to be the people. Okay? That's what we should expect. There's going to be changes in law. That's probably why we have the protest and all this kind of stuff. Financially, economically, we're going to start seeing that very probable the market is going to pick up a little bit during this trimester. By the third week, I mean. By the third week of this month. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Last week of the month, we have here the Eight of Swords. And this is a situation that is talking about we're seeing the results of our actions, technically speaking. In other way, if you voted him in or whatever it is, you cannot complain. You're in a situation that you got into that. Okay? Simply put. Now, the question is, this card is showing that there is a denial happening. People are still in denial. They don't want to see what is really happening. They're rejecting this. Okay? We have to take into consideration that we have Uranus here. So there is a rejection. This rejection could be, this denial could be manifested in many different ways. Another way around is protest, marches, and that kind of stuff. But this one is more a denial. A denial, like, I just can't believe this is going on. Because we have Uranus here, what we could see is an event that is traumatic in experience for a country, a region, the whole world, but there is something that is traumatic that shuts down the person. You know, this is about defense mechanisms, and the person is totally shut down, is in denial, is in shock. That could happen with many things. It doesn't have to be a traumatic experience like an explosion. It could be anything. Okay? Now, when we put together, okay, this dynamic, we find what I call the existential vortex. The existential vortex has the hangman here. This is talking about loss. This is about sacrifice. Okay? So before anything gets better, there's going to be a lot of loss. There's going to be a lot of sacrifices. So it's going to get worse before it gets better, in other words. Okay, that's technically what I'm saying. If you are in a country that there is a coup d'etat, a civil war, so you already know what is the loss and what is the sacrifice that has to be done. Okay? And it doesn't have to be a civil war or coup d'etat to make sacrifices, okay? We are here now with what I like to call the trilogy, and the trilogy has the Eight of Swords, the Strength, and the Four of Cups. There is a lot of apathy and indifference in a civilian aspect, citizen aspect. There's a lot of apathy, indifference. People are isolating themselves. They're withdrawing, cutting ties with reality. That's a way that we have to deal with risk, to deal with any idea that is foreign, anything that threatens our identity as individual or as a nation. A tendency to withdraw, isolate, and turn a little bit indifferent, apathic, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, there's rejection of truth, of reality, whatever it is a defense mechanism. Okay, civilian wise, I mentioned, politically speaking, this means that the government doesn't care. That means that you can protest whatever you want, you can march, you can do whatever you want, and the government is not going to listen. Okay? Company-wise, financially, economically, it means, for a company point of view, it means that they really don't care. Okay? That's simply put, they don't care. Don't expect a company to become a philanthropist, a humanitarian, because their interest is not there. The interest is where the money is. So whatever protest that you do, they really don't care. Okay? That's technically what it is. That's the reality. That's what the tarot cards are coming forward with. So keep that in mind. The Justice is right next to the Pentacle, which is emphasizing again changes in laws, changes in perception. Okay, at an individual level, country-wise, means that a country changes its perception of reality, its perception about what is right and what is wrong. Okay, that's technically what is insinuating here, these two cards. This is something that I didn't mention here, but this is a country that had before an open doors policy, and now it has a closed doors policy. Okay, it's a change in idiosyncrasy, a change in the way they see their culture, their tradition is going to change. Okay, that is contemplated also in this reading. I think that makes it all. And till the next one.